Happy holidays, ladies.
Happy holidays.
And welcome to our holiday podcast. We are here with the Cleaning Diva, Jessica Agate.
Hey.
Welcome. And today we're super excited. Jess came all the way up from Florida to do some diva things, and we're going to get into some really fun topics. I've known Jess for over a decade now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Jess and I had what we call as the best summer of our lives. It was hot girl summer, and we bopped around all the time, and was just like the most fun I've probably ever had in a summer.
It was super fun. I randomly, the pictures pop up in my memories on my iPhone. I'm like, oh God. Those were the days.
Where was your stomping ground? Like Long
Point
Branch?
Pleasant.
We would start at the patio because it was early.
Okay.
And then we would make our way to Porta because it was the boom boom room. And that was just
from point to Asbury.
Yeah. It was when Porta first opened.
Yeah.
Right. And it was lit.
Yes. And a local thing. It wasn't like nobody knew. Nobody was going to that.
Asbury.
Yeah. And especially wasn't it an old strip club or something?
Probably.
I think it was. It was a bunch of things, but I remember that being
It's so funny that you say that. It wasn't Stars and Bars.
No.
Stars and Bars
That was Long
Neptune?
Branch.
Oh, that was Long Branch.
Sad that I can affirmatively say that, but I do have an older brother who would say he was going to the ballet, and apparently that's what that
The Long
was.
Branch Ballet.
Yes,
I've
they
heard
had
that.
the Neptune Ballet. Mm-hmm. So no.
Okay.
The Neptune Ballet is still there.
But it was when Asbury had its rebirth.
Yes.
And I feel like we always say it was almost, we were both kind of in a new chapter of our lives, and we connected immediately, and we've stayed friends ever since.
Yes.
Ever since. And it's crazy to me because Jess has been involved with Turnkey Women since the beginning. You came to our first event, you came to our second event, and then we lost her to Florida.
I'm still there in spirit and in other ways.
And
yes, you're very vocal on the Instagram, and we appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
And now we have happy hours every Friday, so I kind of have her back. But when she comes to town, bopping around has always been our thing, so we try to do some bopping if time allows. She's literally here for 3 days, and we're going to bop today.
Well, and we always talked about working together in some capacity.
I know, and kind of dipped our toes in years ago when it did and didn't fit for both of us. And when Turnkey Women happened, well, I'm just going to start by asking you, why don't you tell us first before we get into the Turnkey Women stuff, how did you get into the Cleaning Diva stuff?
Well,
and I'm going to pop some bubbly while we talk.
It's a question that's asked a lot. I used to be a travel writer, the editor of a cruise publication years ago in my former life. And I even though it was an amazing job to have, I was still in that corporate America working for the man type of situation.
9 to 5,
9 to 5,
grind.
grind. And
Deadlines.
I just know, for people who are entrepreneurs, I think one of the telltale signs that you are, bred to be an entrepreneur or have that in your skin is you literally crawl out of your skin when you're forced in this cage of 9 to 5 or in an office, or when you have to play by somebody else's rules where you need to do this during this time and you have to be here and you can only have a half an hour lunch or an hour lunch and, clocking in on the 9 to 5.
Yeah, the 30-minute lunch is brutal.
Yeah, no.
Just goes against your grain.
Yeah.
It's if I want to take I lived in Italy for 3 weeks and they would come home for 2 hours. I'm like, where's my 2 hour siesta, man?
Seriously. And, you don't really have that opportunity to do that when you are in that office environment. So, albeit, I was traveling around and going on cruises and writing about them. And
This is coffee.
I am certainly not downplaying. Oh, I love me some mid-morning coffee.
Some coffee.
Who doesn't?
So I realized really at a young age in my early 20s that I did not want to be working for somebody else, that I always wanted my own business. So I decided, hey, I'm going to jump ship from this. The company was actually taking a different turn, and I was like, I feel like this is my way out, my piece out to start my own gig. I always knew that I just always had loved to clean when I was younger. It was kind of a way to
Like a therapy.
yeah, like a therapy of sorts, and just like I always like I was very focused at it when I did it, and it was very therapeutic in a lot of ways, and the instant gratification, right, of like you instantly see
Yes, the results.
the results.
Cheers. Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming up.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me. It's
Cheers.
so wonderful to be with you ladies in person and not just on Zoom. You know,
I do love seeing your face on Zoom, though. I'll take it.
it's nice that we can do these things now.
Yeah. And our happy hours,
Yeah.
too.
Exactly. Our Friday happy hours are the best. So yeah, I just decided, hey, here it is. I'm gonna start this business. So I started solo, and then eventually started hiring some more divas. Which as an
But
entrepreneur-
rewind. How many years have you been in business? Because I asked Jess to do a video. 17. And I've known her for 2010, right? 2010.
2007 is when.
So she was already doing this, and in my mind, it didn't even like resonate until I saw her in her video. Check it out on her Instagram page at NJ Cleaning Diva. When she said the first words, when I started the Diva 17 years ago, like 17,
It's impressive.
it's a big deal.
Yeah, it really is.
And you just
Aw,
kind of like
thanks.
glazed over it, like 17
no big
years
deal.
ago, and I'm like, Jess, some businesses don't even make it a year. And you bootstrapped it, like you went and you did the work. Like you did the work and you really started something that either some people don't have the guts to take that risk, and you do not give yourself the credit.
It's true. I don't. I think we share a lot of women feel that way
Yeah.
too, where we don't give ourselves enough credit, always feeling like we can do better, because we have high aspirations and we want more, and we always like want to do that next best thing or be better for ourselves and grow ourselves and our businesses. So it's true.
qualify,
I often don't give
right?
myself enough credit, but you're absolutely
And you have a
right.
team. Like not only are you putting food on your own table, but now you have a Diva team who
Diva Squad.
who are really like the brand of what you've created in that 17 years, which is
Yeah, and they're amazing.
really cool.
And
How
they
many
love to
divas do we
serve.
have now?
6.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yes.
That's so impressive. Now, how did you get your first client?
Craigslist.
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 Wow, how
Yes,
times have changed.
yes.
Does Craigslist even exist anymore?
I mean,
No.
these were the MySpace days, guys.
Those were the MySpace
These were the MySpace
days.
days.
I had a sick background.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
I did. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So that's awesome. So Craigslist.
Yeah, so
were you
Craigslist.
nervous having?
No,
no. 'Cause
I-
we didn't think about that then.
No, I wasn't nervous.
Jess is a pretty fearless person in general. Like I have 2 friends I can say without hesitation, I try to pull from their energy. They are always positive.
Well.
Always positive. And she never ever comes to the table. Look, we all come to the table sometimes with that, but like Jess is never the girl. She's always like, well, if that's the case, then we'll just flip it around and beep a bop a boop. I'm like, beep a bop and mother. But she doesn't come that way. Like she just always had this like take life by the balls and just kill it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Always. You've always had that upside. And I know I've said it to you, but I don't think you really like get what that is to be around as another woman, as a friend, as somebody who looks at you as a successful business owner. But you've always had that. So I'm not surprised that you said you weren't scared. Like I'm not surprised. I would be afraid, rocking in the corner, calling you guys to go.
Thanks. I appreciate
I'm
that.
still nervous
And
every
you-
time I get a showing request.
Well, sometimes I think you're going to die.
Sometimes I do think I'm going
It is a very strange thing
But
to
it's
go
not
to.
about
It's
me.
good. It's good nervous though, ladies. You know,
Yes,
it's good
no, it
nervous.
is.
It's the
Yeah,
the
meeting
challenge
strangers in
nervous-
vacant
nervous.
houses sounds really exciting to me. But you two go with it.
We do. We love it.
And good for you.
Well, you do too. You're very confident, even though you think that you might not be.
Yeah, no, I'm just not going to go meet strangers and and think that death is not right behind it.
I mean, I haven't died yet.
Right. That's my
Just carry some mace around with you.
It's fine. We're all good.
Yes, but no, you definitely you just go for it.
Thanks.
Because starting a business is a risk. Especially when you have a job that you know is going to pay your bills.
It is a risk, but sometimes it's also like, what's the alternative? Like, don't you feel the alternative is riskier, like staying somewhere where you don't want to
Where
be,
you're
or
not
not
happy.
living your best life, and not doing the things that you feel inside are really what you want to be doing.
Totally.
You know,
But not everybody answers that voice, right? Like some people quiet it. They just put their head down. They go to work. They deal with it. And it's the people who want to make some noise and aren't worried about ruffling feathers, even if it's their own. to do something that speaks to them and gives them what Jess has legitimately not just done in her own life, but does it for her clients. She wants them to live their best life. Like that's your MO. That's all you've ever cared about, was everybody just slapping a smile on their face and living their best life.
Yeah, it's true.
And isn't it funny though? we don't want 9 to 5, so we go out on our own and then we work like
24/7.
Yep.
With flexibility and freedom.
Sure.
And the ability to have a podcast with some prosecco with our friends. However,
Freedom.
we'll all be up until midnight tonight
Yes.
doing
God
20
knows
different things at once.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, Jess flew in last night at 6. This morning she was up at 5 having breakfast with her mom and her friend. She's here with us now, and then she's going here. And it's like, okay.
Well, because we don't know how to sit still.
No. I mean, I even watch myself sometimes in videos, and I literally can't even sit still when I'm in the video. So, or on our live the other night, I was watching it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just all over the place. I'm like, it's just very representative of who I am.
That's how you get so much done.
Yeah.
Right?
That's your superpower. So my kids are the same way. And I always say one day that is going to be their superpower, because they're going to be able to do all these different things with all these like high levels of energy, and it's just going to propel them forward. And you're living proof for sure. So it kind of brings me to the next question of, if you could tell yourself something, if you could tell that diva who started this 17 years ago, something to do differently, a different way to do things, like what would be one bit of advice that you would give that diva 17 years ago?
Loosen the reins, delegate, and lose a little bit control, in the sense of, not flying off the handles, lose control. Like lighten up the control of stop being a control freak.
It's so hard though.
It's so hard. And I think that's the hardest.
Where did you start? Like, what was the first thing that you could tell somebody was I mean, for you, because obviously for everybody it's probably different, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think once I started hiring divas, I realized that, okay, it doesn't always have to be your exact way. It's still getting done, and it's getting done great.
Yeah.
It can be you can pivot a little bit. You can let somebody else do their thing by still following, an umbrella core of values and ways of doing things and structures. But, it doesn't have to be
Jess's
the
way.
exact Jess's way all the time.
But you have a standard.
And
like your clients expect
correct.
a certain level from you.
Correct.
So as long as they meet that standard, they can put their little flair on it. They can tie a little bow on the toilet paper. I love it.
Exactly. And just letting somebody else do their thing. And you will realize sometimes when you let other people be who they're going to be, or, take your baby and help with it and grow with it, that their way is a new, interesting, and even better way sometimes.
Right.
So for me, that's what I mean by letting go of the control a little bit. Like, it doesn't have to be you doing the work all of the time. In fact, you're a detriment to yourself if you feel like you are the one that has to be doing the work all of the time, because it's going to be very challenging to grow and scale that way.
Yes, you can't do everything. You
No.
can't. I mean, I got myself an assistant, and it was the greatest gift that I could have given myself. And now it frees you up to grow your business.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have a business manager, correct?
Yes, I have. I don't know if I would actually call, her or they a business manager. I do have two divas behind the scenes that aren't actually going out and doing the diva cleans. That one, Stephanie, is amazing, and she's like really helped us grow over the past few years, and she does all of our recruiting, our interviewing. She helps the divas out with inventory. She communicates with the divas on a daily basis about things. So she basically brings on new divas. That's one of her jobs. She recruits and selectively chooses divas that she feel like will be a great fit for our core values and our vibe, if you will.
She definitely speaks to your vibe. Like,
Yes,
I remember
she
when
totally
I first
does.
saw one of her videos of Jess she gave away a cleaning every week in October to breast cancer survivors. And then at the end of it, she gave it away to all of them. Talk about having your heart in the most amazing place. And I remember when I saw Stephanie spin that diva wheel, I'm like, I totally get it. Like, she's got that upbeat, happy, like, she had a pink boa on. I'm like,
She's
yes, this is a diva. Like,
She
that
really
is a diva. So you've extended your brand now to your squad, and is growing ever so much because
Yeah.
you're qualifying people to let loose of your own control. And she's amazing.
Let their diva flag fly.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I love that. Let them live their best
and
lives
we have
too.
Erica, who is now doing our scheduling. That was one of the hardest things for me to let go and to train somebody else to do and let somebody else take over, because I never envisioned somebody else being able to do the actual schedule and coordination. It's like a Jenga
Yeah.
block,
And that frees you.
and
That's
that
a big
has
time
really.
suck.
Erica has really helped out with so that I can do the things that really like marketing
Yeah.
and really getting out there and networking and doing the sales and communicating with new clients and just really being out there and sharing our diva vibe and getting the diva brand out there and the branding and the culture. And like, really my job as a diva leader is to be coaching my teams,
Yeah.
as well as creating the culture and the systems and the processes to be able to help them be the best that they can be and set them up for success. So I've learned that along the way through coaching programs that I've been a part of, that have really helped me recognize certain things. So really having Erica do the schedule and communicating with clients and also the team as well has just been a huge help and game changer. Like, honestly, it's freed up so much of my time that I was really allotting to schedule changes and if somebody were to call out or if a client canceled, and just it wasn't always about just putting the schedule together every week for the next week or the month ahead. It's
troubleshooting.
navigating and
Well, it's
troubleshooting
changing all the time.
and it's ever evolving.
And
So-
dealing with people's schedules. Oh my God. That's why I got out of corporate event planning. I'm like, I want no part of
Yeah.
any of this.
Yeah.
It's like you playing that cup game and everything moves. And then
Yeah.
once you got it, it just all gets moved around again. And guess
Yeah.
what? You start
Yep.
over. So
But if there's a piece of advice too that I would share or have for other ladies or anybody out there who are looking to grow and scale their business too, and delegate and have other team members come on, it's documentation. So documenting the things that you're doing so that you can replicate that. And the new person coming on board might have a different way to do things, a better way to do things. So you can sort of combine and pivot that, and just like the schedule is ever evolving and changing, so is your business, and so are the procedures and processes in your business. So you need to have a baseline of what you're presenting to your team coming on board
Yeah.
as policies, procedures, processes, systems, in every aspect of your business, but don't be married to those.
Yeah.
As far as thinking that those can never change or evolve, because as new people come on, they might have some really great insights. So always be listening for that and willing to adjust those when needed.
because in the end, if somebody's coming to the table, they're trying to help grow.
Yeah.
Your business, what you put into, and that mutual respect just empowers them just as much as it's going to make your business
Yeah, it's
grow.
like we're all in this together, right? It's
Not
we're all-
everybody
common
sees
goal.
that though. Like it's surprising. Like we talk about this all the time with Turnkey Women. In the beginning, we were a buzz, right? Like we were like everybody was coming to see it, and our numbers were solid, and the people were quality, but the growth wasn't. Not what Stacy saw. Stacy's very good at slow down, Shannon. Chill out, Shannon.
You mean you're not on high speed like we are?
No.
all the time?
She is.
I am, but not. I don't expect the results
Immediately.
I don't expect to plant this seed and then have it be a 10-foot oak tree by the end of the week.
I expect to go out and buy the oak tree and have it planted so that seed, I don't have time for the seeds.
Well, we have the seeds. The seeds work. They grow.
Yeah.
But we realized that the growth was a part of the or stability of the people in it was that, it's quality, right? And when people are coming to the table to move, whether it's your vision, whether it's your company, whether it's your values, it has to be a shared, reciprocal thought, belief, whatever, so that you can all grow together.
Yeah.
Because your team wants to feel important.
Yeah, it's also and absolutely we all want to feel important.
Yeah.
Right? You know, and
You work better when you feel valued.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely,
And harder.
you know, one thing as well that really changed the game for me, and it's people are there for your vibe, right? Like your vibe attracts your tribe. And that goes for your network, that goes for your employees, that goes for your friends. So think about that like in your friend realm. If your friends have the same vibe that you do, it's the same as if you have that in a company culture as well.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
It's not always about attracting the person with the greatest skill, because skills can always be trained. It's about attracting the person and people that share your vision, your mission, and your vibe, and have that same, like, you know, personality that you do, have the same values that you do. Our core values are practice positivity, be productive, value relationships, have fun, and make money. And it's like we attract the type of person that wants those things.
Absolutely.
and that goes for our clients as well.
Mm-hmm. And like attracts like. I mean, you've seen the group of miserable people. They all found each other.
yeah.
They're holding on to each other
For dear life.
for dear life. And it's the same with, I mean, we say the same thing all the time. Like we like-minded individuals. Not that we all think the same, but that we're all supportive, happy, upbeat, positive. Yeah, sure, you have a bad day, you have a shit day, you cry. Great. Get over it the next day.
Yeah.
Go back to being happy. You can't stay there.
And also finding ways, you know, finding ways and solutions and ways to finding solutions to problems.
Yes.
You know, it's just about so this didn't work or this went bad. So how are we going to fix it for next time? How are we going to avoid this happening next time? And I always, as a leader and a coach and a business owner, I always tend to look with that in myself first. Like, okay, so what did I lack something that didn't give this person the ability or the opportunity to be their best self in this situation? And how can we pivot from this? And how can we do better at this next time? What do we need to put in place to make that happen for you? It's not, and listen, it could just always be a shitty mistake that somebody made, and whatever, you deal with it, you get over it, and you move on from it. But there also is that element of looking within the things that you're setting as the example, and is there a missing link in there somewhere that we need to fix?
Yeah.
We either need to take that broken link out, or we just need to fix it, repair it, and move on.
Yep.
And allowing people to make mistakes without feeling like the world is going to end around you, right? Like,
and that's not easy to do. I mean, I'm not saying that's easy to do.
No.
It's not. I mean, I still catch myself sometimes, you know, feeling.
Well, it's your business.
Yeah.
It's you 17 years of blood, sweat, and tears into this baby.
I'm sure
of
you've
yours.
had your fair
So,
share of bad apples in your.
It's not
in your
excusing
bunch.
bad behaviors, but when a mistake is made, it's to have the mindset of let's learn from this.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
let's take this and figure out. Did you make a mistake? Can this be avoided next time? Is it a system? Is it a processing? Like, where did this fall so we don't do this again?
Where did we go wrong?
And let's drink heavily until everybody forgets about it.
And, you know, the great thing about hiring and having people in your squad or in your tribe that share your values, your core values, is that, you know, they feel just as horrible that happened, or they have insight on it too. And they feel like, how can I make this better? Like, I don't want this to happen again.
Yeah.
So it's not like we all hold ourselves accountable. Everybody
Well,
holds
if they
themselves
don't,
accountable.
then you know that they're not part of your tribe. It's
Exactly.
also just as much of, if you don't care that you made a mistake and you're just like, whatever, then it's like, okay, thank you for your time.
Yes.
Good luck. No hard feelings, but this is just not the right place for you. I mean,
Yep. Because small businesses are run like a team,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Successful
A family.
ones, right?
it is a family, yeah.
Yeah, and you all have to be in it together. And obviously, people are going to grow. They're going to grow out of your small business. Hopefully, they want to have their own small business one day.
Yes, and that's a great thing too, is that I support that.
Right.
We all support that. We want that for our team.
Right.
I was just saying to Stacy yesterday, the day before, when I was talking about you, saying, Stacy's like, you should send her some info. I'm like, she's fine. Here we go. And you are. And the reason for that is because you practice what you preach. Like, you're not just supporting small business. You are legitimately out there actively finding small businesses to give your personal businesses to. And that energy is not to get it back, but that's just who you are as a person. And like you're of the mindset of, I want people to consider my business when I'm a small business owner the same way that I'm going to go out there and really put my money where my mouth is.
Yeah,
and you've always been that way.
Oh, thanks. Because I just, especially at the Jersey Shore here, right? It's grown so much over the past decade, even before, Superstorm Sandy, COVID. Like, I mean, it's recognized down here now where we grew up here. We grew up by the beach. We grew up in this small town community. Our towns are like 3 minutes apart from each other in some respects, in some areas. And I've just always been about small business in our area. This area was made out of small business. That's all we have around here.
It's so
small
deep-rooted.
business, it's so deep rooted. So, and we're Jersey strong,
Yeah.
So
I can tell you firsthand when we were doing our vendor event, I can say it now because it was a success. Woohoo. But I literally, Stacy and I had quite a moment of what the beep, nobody's coming. I got in my car after dropping my son off at school in my pajamas, didn't brush my hair. I don't think I had a bra on, and drove to Avon where our event was going to be. And I was going to go knock on doors. And I was on the phone with Jess, and she was like, Shannon, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Pull yourself together. It's going to be fine. And you know what she did? She went on her phone. She reached out to Courtney at Soulshine Crystal. She called Antonio at Mayberry. Like, she went into her network right then and there. And like all these people opened their doors. They put our flyers up. They shared our stuff on social. And she's like, get back in your car, drive home, take a shower, put some makeup on. And go back. And that's what I did. And I met the people that she had already had these really strong relationships with. And they were like, oh my God, Jess, yeah, come on in. We'll totally share your stuff. We'll totally do this. And it was like then and there that as a person who has a networking group had this aha moment of like, there's a whole network of small business owners that support each other, which was a huge part of our event.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they weren't even coming. They weren't even at our event, but it was in their town, and they were just so willing to help and spread the word. And now we're gonna all, continue to close our circles even more and really jump into that even more. So it was like a moment of, wow, we're not alone in trying to help women and small businesses, because one of our members just from Florida jumped in and had all this
Fucked
help.
it up.
She fucked it up. I was crazy that day.
She was. But it's
listen,
fine.
we're all sometimes we need the slap in the face, and what I mean by the slap in
Many
the face
times
is like,
I do.
is just that hug and encouragement too
Yeah,
of
no.
like, hey, listen, like it's gonna be fine, because our minds go crazy, right? Like we're always thinking of that next thing, like brrr. It's like, all right, let's be in the now for a second. Like, what can I do now? What can I do now to make this shit happen?
And what did you say to me? What was your advice? Do you remember? She said, every day from now until the event, you wake up and you do everything you can to get people through those doors. That's all you think about is how can I push it forward? And man, I felt like Rocky. I was like, like I could run up those stairs. And I said it to her. I'm like, I felt from the point of like all this disappointment of what we thought we weren't going to be able to do for our vendors. Like you just
empowerment.
Well, that's the thing.
Empowerment.
Yeah.
When we have a networking event, like we want it to be successful. We want people to come. But when we have a vendor event
for small business,
it's like so much pressure.
Yeah.
Because what if nobody comes?
Ugh.
People are always going to show up.
They did.
But
they did
what
great.
if they don't? All these vendors, they schlep all their stuff.
Such a hustle.
I mean, they work for a good 2 hours before the event and then another 2 breaking down at the end of the night. What if...
And leading up to that, too.
Yes, and they pay for a spot and they do some marketing. Like, what if nobody comes?
Someone's always going to come.
Oh, I still got this pit in my stomach.
I know. I just sort of give myself a panic attack.
But it's all like mindset and manifestation too, at the end of the day. Like,
It is.
But it's normal to feel that way.
Yes.
it's, just remember that too. Okay, it's normal to feel like that. Sit with that feeling for a second and then just be like, but that's not going to happen. Like, this is what's going to happen. We're going to have an amazing turnout. Like, these vendors are going to make a ton of money. They're going to get their businesses out there. People that are there to support the vendors and buy from the vendors are going to be like super psyched that they were introduced to these vendors. They're going to continue to use these shops and these talented
and the
women
vendors
going forward.
connect, which one of the vendors there, as I was still having an active freak out at the event, was like, listen, actively
what was your
freaking out? I was just,
Stacey doesn't have anything that you ever know about, but inside it's like Tasmanian Devil meets Superstorm Sandy.
Yeah, my brain is a mess. But one of the vendors was like, listen, worst case scenario, we just all buy from each other and we meet each other.
Yeah.
So they make their own connection. And I was like,
that's awesome.
That totally was like, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, they put us
all
at
I
ease.
needed to hear.
And it's in a good time either way.
Yeah.
And they did say to us, and I think that this is something that is always our saving grace. We really do push them nonstop. So if at the end of the day, nobody came to our event,
they get a ton of marketing from us.
They get a ton of exposure. And at the end, of all, that's really what we're trying to do. That's what you always try to do. And you set my crazy straight. Thank God she's known me for so long. I mean, can you imagine if it was somebody else? Like, okay.
It's so important to tap into your local community and other business owners. Like, we're just all here doing the same thing, and we're here to support each other and serve our communities the best that we can and our people. So it's just and supporting each other, going to your local restaurants, like buying from, especially this time of year, like buying from your local vendors and your local shops. And, what goes around comes around at the end of the day. And it's just like that support vibe.
Totally.
It really quieted my other crazy, which I didn't think I did any Christmas shopping. And I just had bags and bags. I'm like, who did I even buy for? So this
I was
weekend,
just roguely buying things.
Same. But then I organized it, and I brought my husband, and I was like, it's all done.
That's so good.
It was all done because I went to 2 vendor events. One was ours, and the other was Babes in Business at Porta, which was awesome. And I just finished it all, and I'm like, this is the way everybody should shop. You go out, you have some Prosecco, some crudité, you do your shopping. You don't even know what you spent. You don't even care because it's all going to the places it should go.
Yep.
And then you can have...
You don't care until you look at your Venmo history.
I delete it. I don't go back. I don't go back. But I would care if that was my Amazon bill. But I didn't care because it was going to people that like hustle like we do, and we have such a mutual respect for what they're doing that I was like, I don't need that sweater.
Yeah,
but I want it.
But I'm gonna get it,
and I don't feel bad about it.
So Christmas is upon us.
Oy.
And then New Year's. What does the Cleaning Diva have in store for 2024? Anything exciting?
Really, we are just on a continued mission to help people live their best life. And like, what better of a year, 2024, going into the new year, to commit to yourself to, just like I was talking about delegating earlier, like delegate the things in your household that somebody else can do probably better and in a lot shorter amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's so true. And it's something that most people don't enjoy. Right. I can say wholeheartedly, I do not enjoy cleaning my bathroom with my 3 boys.
Yeah.
Knocking at the door.
Did you see that shaving cream tip?
Yes. Love it. Mm-hmm. Love it. We'll be doing it.
Yes.
Yes. And my husband does clean my bathroom every second that he's home. Still not enough. But I think, yes, someone should be getting a diva in their house immediately. Mm-hmm. January 1.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
I did do the shaving cream thing because my youngest has quite a range and usually hits his feet and not the pot. So I put it to the test, and I was like, if anybody's going to test it, it's going to be my little Jamesy bear. And sure enough, my husband came in. He's like, oh, my God, you cleaned the whole bathroom? I said, yes, I did.
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm.
Well, my hack did. And you don't know any different, but you should buy new shaving cream, honey. That's what you should do.
Oh, my gosh.
You're going to need it.
You're going to need it. But I'll tell the story. I don't think I can find the picture, Jess. But my son was sick. We had the death virus, and it was for his 5th birthday, I think it was. And Jess texted me, hey, how you guys doing? And I sent her this disgusting picture of my bed torn apart, and excuse the foulness, but vomit all over my mattress, in my mattress pad.
Joy.
And she was like, "Did you clean it yet?" I'm like, well, I'm sick too, so I'm getting to it. And she's like, "Go get some coffee grinds, put it on there, close the door, let it sit in. It's going to soak it all up." I'm like, that sounds more disgusting than the actual puke itself, but fine. I don't have to do anything right now except pour some coffee grinds on this shit. Fine. And I did, and it worked. And, she's got all these tips and tricks. So if you haven't checked it out, go see all the pages. And I'm going to let you tell us why, not only because the tricks are so good, but what else is going on with the Daily Diva tips.
So right now we are giving $10. Well, listen. We're all about letting ladies live their best life, right? Not just ladies, but men, just our peeps, our local Jersey peeps out there, Jersey Shore peeps. We want you to live your best life, okay? And what better of a way to go out and live your best life than going to get a manicure, go to the salon, go out and do the things for a little self-care instead of house cleaning care.
Right.
Go get yourself some daily care, some self-care. So we're giving out $10 nail salon gift cards to a nail salon at your choice. We've been doing it all month. This is our final Friday to do that. So go on, check out our tips, tag a friend, like us, follow us at NJ Cleaning Diva on Instagram. We're also on Facebook at the Cleaning Diva NJ. That's our Facebook handle. But we have something even more exciting than just getting your nails did.
Ooh, I can finally do a drum roll.
We are giving out a free cleaning this Christmas, which
That's
I'm
a big
very
one.
excited about.
That is great.
And the divas are very excited.
That is
about it.
beyond the best gift somebody could give,
get.
for sure.
Yeah.
Someone's going to come and deal with what takes up so much time. Greg, are you listening? Hello, Greg.
So definitely enter to win that free cleaning. You can do it the same way as I just mentioned for the nail gift card. Just go on and tag your friends and share our cleaning tips. We've been doing Advent calendar daily diva tips. I mean,
So
what is
amazing.
better than a daily diva tip?
Nothing.
And Shannon, you have created the most amazing advent calendar. Shannon and Stacy have created a diva advent calendar, and every day it's been on our Instagram and Facebook opening up a new diva tip. So get in on that.
Get
And they're
in
fun.
on the feed.
The thing about them too is like they're fun. They're tips for things that you wouldn't normally
No.
think that you need a cleaning tip for.
No.
It's not just your daily average.
No,
No,
It
no,
is-
no. And they're easy.
Yeah.
It's not like
Quick and
you have
easy.
to, I'm the one, I'm reading all this stuff and I'm like, I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do
Quick
that.
and
If
easy.
I can do it with my attention span that's that big, the general population can
Do it.
definitely.
They can handle it.
You can handle it.
But the best tip I can give you is to delegate the cleaning of your home.
Yeah.
Mm.
Agreed.
Find some, figure out what $10 here and $5 here and $20 there you're spending on things that you aren't even using.
Yep.
And you aren't even doing. And put that towards the house care, the self-care.
Free up some time.
Free up some time for yourself because what is taking you all weekend or a full Saturday or 3 nights a week to do, the divas can do in a couple hours.
Yep.
Best money spent,
Seriously.
without question.
And actually, we are offering right now through the 24th. So for all you last minute Christmas shoppers out there, Dad, honey,
Don't
you
go
the dad-
shopping.
the booze out there.
Yeah.
Whether it's for yourself or somebody else, it makes an amazing gift. We are offering $50 off of our gift certificates
Amazing.
of $300 or more. So that's basically $50 in free cleaning. So a $300 gift certificate will get you $350. A $400 gift certificate will get you $450.
That's awesome.
So
That's nice.
you do it.
Do
Just
it.
Delegate. Give it a
Do
gift
it.
for
Just do
somebody. Because 2024, and I know everybody says this every single year, I'm going to take care of myself this year. I'm going to do this year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna,
really.
I'm going to go to the gym.
I'm going to go to the gym. Well,
I don't say that any year, but yes.
you
Other
can
smart
find the
people
time
do.
to go to the gym if you are not
Yeah.
cleaning your house.
Yep.
For sure. And putting your back out, and you can't walk right.
All those things.
And yes, you end up spending money at the chiropractor anyway. So just alleviate all that and let somebody do it the right
Yeah.
way. The divas, not just somebody.
We just
The
want you to
divas.
live your best life.
So if you had to pick, do you know what Rose and Thorn are? Have you ever heard that before? So rose and thorn
yep.
of your year. Your rose being
Actually,
your
I mean,
high.
When I think of, I mean, how do I not think of
Brett Michaels.
I've never heard of this. Rose and thorn.
So your rose and your
has its
thorn.
thorn.
I'm going to let you go. Take that
Just
mic, girl.
like every night has
Somebody have a
its
lighter?
dawn.
Ethan, do you have a lighter? Shout out
I
to the sound
mean,
guy.
Oh my God.
Our editing guy, the guy who tolerates all this. Okay, so your rose and your thorn. Your rose would be your highest point, and your thorn would be
Gosh.
not your lowest point, but something that wasn't the greatest. Maybe it pivoted to something great. Maybe your rose turned into your thorn. So if you had to think about a rose and a thorn of 2023,
Oh gosh.
it could
That's
be
a rough one
personal. It
because-
could be professional. It just, do you?
I don't know. I had
Okay.
a really good year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't have any complaints this year, really, other than my back.
Oh.
But it's okay.
I can start, and I'm not even sure that I will edit this in, but I'll start this off just to get your brains thinking. So I'm going to start with my thorn. And, well, yeah. So this time last year, we were on a high in real estate and title insurance. My relationships were solid. They were like people that I love working with. Like I was super pumped. We had just come back from Triple Play, which is the Realtors Convention, had the time of our lives, had some really great prospects from there, which is like unheard of because it's always like chaos.
Shit show.
Yeah. And I was like ready to take on 2023. And when what we all saw started to happen, and rates were going up and up and up and up. And when they were supposed to come down, they just kept climbing. And things, even though things were still moving, it wasn't what we had all anticipated. And I started to get like real hard on myself about it. Like, what am I not doing? I should be doing more. What am I not? Why isn't this happening when all the right pieces are in place and I've done the work and I've met the people and I've vetted them in ways that I made mistakes before? Which turned into my rose. Because if I had never done title insurance, Turnkey Women would have never happened. I would not be sitting here with you guys, which has since turned into Turnkey Media and reignited my excitement for work again. Because I just get Stacey and I get so amped up like telling the stories of small business owners. So what I thought was supposed to be like my career turned into what is becoming my career. So my rose would have to be Turnkey Women / media. And not that my thorn is real estate, but right now it is kind of a thorn right here that I'm not giving up on. But I do have a shift in my focus just because where my heart is finding itself.
Totally. And the market, it's also shit.
Thank God. That's said.
Well, and
Not just me.
you were meant to do something like this.
I think
You
so.
honestly
Yeah,
were. Like,
I do. I've never felt that.
I am so impressed with how quickly
Oh.
you started Turnkey Media
Outside of a diner.
out of but Turnkey Women in
Yeah.
general, like you saw a need, and this is what business and great businesses are about. You fulfill a need. You saw a gap in the market. You saw a gap in something. You saw something that was missing, which was women in real estate. That's how it started.
Yeah.
Didn't have a good networking group,
Right.
and you started that,
And
and
we
that
abandoned
evolved into.
We didn't abandon
No,
it.
we haven't.
No, it
We
evolved.
grew. We
That's
grew
not
out
true.
of it.
That's
Like
right.
it wasn't even about like we don't want to do this anymore. We didn't stop doing it because I wasn't sure if real estate was going to be or not be my personal career path.
Right.
It just all of these other
Guys,
women
Amazon
businesses.
started
Kept
out selling
coming,
books,
yeah.
and now look at them. So-
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like,
Yep.
there's that's how you lead. That's how you go on to different things. Like
Yes.
you just evolve and evolve and evolve. It's an evolution.
It is.
It's a journey. It's an evolution.
It
It's
is.
not. You shouldn't.
With a
feel
lot of
handcuffed to one
lessons
thing.
that, you know, I had to really swallow some of my own bravado in why isn't this happening? And then it's like, wait a second, like when the universe talks,
Mhm.
you have to listen.
Mhm.
And it's not always saying, take this path, Shannon, come this way.
should.
Sometimes
A
it's
lot easier.
saying, fucking figure it out and pivot. And it'll present itself when it's supposed to.
Yep.
and relax.
Well, I
Maybe
am
Stacy.
super
That could be Stacy's voice, but
What? Oh, my voice?
chill out, Chen.
Chill out, Shannon.
Chill out.
It's all right. We're doing great.
I love it.
It's been
love
amazing.
everything about it. You have been, and you guys, in such a short amount of time, it's been 2 months since you guys have been helping out the Diva, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
took over Diva social media.
Yeah, 11-1.
And we, a couple days ago, hit 1,000 followers on Instagram, which is incredible. I mean, like I was lucky, not lucky, but like I was every week maybe was getting 1 or 2 followers, like, and
you need that slow organic growth, but not that slow.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
like
want it
what-
to be organic.
and it's
Yeah.
like, what am I doing wrong here? And listen, I know it's not all about the followers, but we're here to help people, and we want to share our tips with people,
Yeah.
and we're just there to help and serve. And I just felt like I wasn't getting that done the way that we needed to
Well,
get it done.
because you had to delegate
So,
it.
Yeah, exactly.
To the right people.
This is true. This
Right.
is true.
To the right people.
yeah.
In the same way that you just can't have anybody clean your house. You have to
Right.
have the right,
Right people.
The
And you
divas.
just like that meeting on that bench in front of
Oh, we were at Green Planet.
Green Planet
in Point.
coffee
Yeah,
shop
yeah,
in
yeah,
Point.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, let me do this. And I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would
Yeah.
love for you to. And it's just been a total game changer.
And
I love
fun.
everything you're doing. So much fun. Just being able to work with you in that capacity.
Yes.
And like, I just love it. I'm so excited about it. Our Friday happy hours. Like,
So
what?
fun.
I am just having so much fun.
It is fun.
And
Which
this
is,
Friday,
so
we have a
much fun.
special guest, right?
we do.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
do. Lauren.
Yep.
Little
Lauren
juicy
from Juicy
tits.
Tits. So
She's going to be
excited have
coming
her.
up with a little divatini cocktail.
I hope she's going to make the chocolate martini because she mentioned that.
Wow.
And I really want it. I know it's not about me, but I just
You
it
can have
sounds
her own
delicious.
cocktail making party with her. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Plenty of martinis
She's-
to make.
Well, I think
guys.
we might be out of time here, ladies.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking
Well,
at the clock.
I would say real quickly,
Yeah.
Rose and Thorn. I don't know if it's so much a Rose and Thorn, but I just have to say the delegation and the putting trust in other people has served me so well, especially over this past year. As many of you know, my house in Florida got destroyed in Hurricane Ian, and for the past year, we've been rebuilding it ourselves and fixing it up and getting it back on the Airbnb market. And
that's in
if
Cape
I
Coral.
did not, and that's in Florida, and my business
Yeah.
is here. And if I did not have the team of amazing divas that I have and trusted them,
Yeah.
to do what I know that they can do best, how would I have done everything at my house? How would I have been able to be in both places at the same time? So, I feel so I guess the thorn was the hurricane for me this past year, and the rose is the fact that I prepared my business for a situation like
Wow.
this, and was able to, with the help of my team, be able to be in Florida working on my house and getting shit done with that while my business was running and thriving because of
Everything
the
you've
Diva
done
thing.
to make sure of that.
Awesome.
So
Well, we're super happy. Stay tuned for 2024. The Diva is growing exponentially. Jess's Airbnb is going to be booked, so you better get on it. Find out where that listing is. I'm sure we can link that
We
on
definitely can.
your Cleaning Diva page so that anybody who wants to go and have a little taste of living their best lives, don't worry, the Divas will clean your house while you're gone. And you can go have that Mai Tai on the beach down in Florida. There will be more to come.
yes,
To be continued for the Divas. Bigger and better in 2024.
cannot wait. I'm very excited.
Love having you here. Every time you're in Jersey, I want to bop around with you forever.
I'm excited to spend the day with you too.
I know. I'm not giving her up.
I'm not gonna lie.
We're going to strap her into the car seats and she's mine till 5 or beyond. No, she has plans. She has other friends for real. But thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having
And supporting turnkey women and truly
I-
believing it and validating
me. I
that.
believe in it wholeheartedly. You guys are helping so many women out there. You're bringing women together. You're changing perspectives, and you are supporting and encouraging other businesses and helping them get their branding out there and their word out there and find their vibe so that they can find their tribe. I think it's amazing. I'm so happy to be working with you guys. So grateful for you. So thankful. And you're just helping everybody live their best life. And that's our mission too.
Cheers,
Shared
ladies.
mission. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mine's empty, but cheers.
Go out and live your best life, ladies.
Okay. It's a wrap.